Okay, guys. Hi, welcome to the first day of December, and welcome back to Unsolved with Barb. We're going to be talking about we are going to sorry about that. So we're going to do the 911 slash emergency response call, and we're going to go over a couple of the first initial interviews of Dawn and Candace. And yeah, we'll take it from there. It's going to be an open panel. So I'm hoping that some of you lovely people will come on up and we can have a discussion about this. All right, so let me just gear everything up while we wait for people to come on in. I can't see chat at this moment. I will be following it in a minute. So I want to start off, let's start off with we'll start off with the 911 or the emergency response call, because that's I'm just gonna find it. Okay, so this is the scanner.
Been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now. Yeah, for what? Yeah, 110. 10-4 rounds, Mesa. 335, I'll be around as well. Go ahead. That's fast. That's fast. I'm going to get that. 10-4. 29 minutes, go ahead. So far. Ready to fire, please, for search. 335. You say when you got the original call that mom went on a run and when she came back that daughter was gone? Before, that's what the father is on. He's at work about an hour away, trying to make his way home. Careful. C12 Central. C12 is in or out? Notify 302. I had him on the phone with phone 0. Answering questions he may have on. 10-4. You want us to try to contact the canine? Let 302 know, and I think he's going to let rescue make that determination. Yeah. 29 questions. 302 has been notified. He also wanted me to just remind you to be sure to check the house camper, even if they said they've already had. Yeah, well. Staging area is going to be at Mount Carmel Baptist Church on Beach Creek. Hawkins County Rescue Squad, all members, mutual aid requests from Church Hill Rescue on Search and Rescue. Staging area is going to be at Mount Carmel Baptist Church on Beach Creek. Also requesting a respond with six-wheeler and command trailer for stage 1911. 506. We acknowledge the page and the resource request.
There's the link for anybody wanting to come up.
Copy acknowledge the page and resource request. 707. Go ahead. The 1043 is Park Granville and service to 1044. The ready for. Go ahead, go ready for.
So we're just going over anybody just coming in. This is the Summer Wells 911 dispatch emergency scanner. What went out over the scanner in regarding to Summer's disappearance. Okay.
All other units not a busy issue, correct? Yeah, well, I'll be using your direction. 505. Yeah, well, I'm leaving there for the complainant or the suspect. That's it. Yes, sir. Yes. Is 317 on the scene. He's en route. Detective Britt, is he on the scene? We've not been advised. Tab for it. The trailer to 302. Go ahead. Britton's on scene. Tab for it. 29. 29. Get hold of 334. About them. Make contact with 34. He's going to get to you. 10-4, just advise us not to send them over here just for that fast. Full call, please. 10-4, I got them. 41 has it cleared by the time that 2 units go to the get one of them welfare check on country lane. 2949. 2949. Which direction did you go? I'm in the Mount Carmel Freewell Baptist Church. Central Dispatch 1205. 1205 BTN 97 Mount Carmel Church. 1415 to Central. 1415 to Central. 1415. Does the fire department need to set up a LZ for a helicopter? 10-4, that's what we were about to do. Let's do that. Attention persons, Sturgisville Fire Department, all members to respond to Sturgisville House, all the set of an LZ for Highland. fire department. Small member, car 1415 on scene in the LZ. Keep it signal 9 your response. LZ command to Highland. LZ command there on the EMS panel. Roger that. Just available for calls. We do have a pending welfare check. 34 10-8. Which other unit stepping in? 410-5. What other unit is 10-8? We're going to go 10-8. 302 wants to know. LZ command to Central. LZ Smith. Helicopter sitting on the ground. 10-4. Your other units to go 10-8. And while Roy got she's over here to take care of county. 2934. 2934. 49's over here with us. He was working. Don't be able to reach him. Econ 302. Yeah, copy 302.
It's just about done.
Helicopters back in the iron. 1402 and all personnel will be released from the scene if the command terminated. 10-4. 301, I'm on my way to that. Econ Central. Econ. G-Log in the cab that was Redwood Senate. 1008. 801.
Right, so that was the 911 emergency response scanner broadcast. One summer went missing.
Welcome to J is for Justice podcast.
Shit.
If live breaking news and following true crime is...
Sorry, guys. Now I just closed something out that I wanted to play. Shoot. All right. This is the TBI first press conference regarding Summer Wells, of course. So I'll play that. I'm going to share my screen. Just give me a second. Just going to pause it. And then I got to go back here. There is a link in the chat if anybody is interested in coming up and to having a discussion. All right. All right, so this is the TBI.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Leslie Earhart, a public information officer with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Thank you for being here and continuing to cover the search for 5-year-old Summer Wells. Unfortunately, we don't have any significant updates to provide as Summer is still missing, but we did want to share the latest on the investigation and the ongoing search. As you know, she's now the subject of a statewide Amber Alert. She was last seen outside of her home in the 100 block of Ben Hill Road, which is located in the Beach Creek community of Hawkins.
Now, if you heard what she said, she was last seen outside of her home.
County. A family member reported her missing to the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office at approximately 6:30 Tuesday evening. At the time she went missing, Summer was reportedly wearing a gray pants and a pink shirt. She is believed to be barefoot. We do want to encourage the public, especially residents living in the area of Ben Hill Road, to check any trail cameras or security cameras that they might have that could have captured Summer on video or in photographs. We also encourage residents to check any crawl spaces, outbuildings, or sheds that would make for good hiding places. As we mentioned, the search is ongoing. There are a number of agencies involved. I'm going to turn it over to Sheriff Ronnie Lawson to talk more about the search and the conditions that authorities are up against. Sheriff?
Thank you. It's been a very intense 21 hours. A lot of searching, a lot of investigation by 19 different agencies. Last night, we had approximately 60 to 80 people searching in the woods, with a number of law enforcement officers doing the investigation also. Today, we've had over 100 people in the woods searching throughout the whole region. We also have agents with the CBI and the FBI assisting my office. We jointly investigating this whole circumstance. Our main goal is to find Summer and find her safe. We have plenty of help. We don't need any assistance from the local people. We have the professional people out searching, and we just appreciate everybody, their contributions. It's been a tremendous outpour from the community with the water, the food, and the snacks. It's just overwhelming, and it's a very intense investigation. I know the public needs to know things, but it's ongoing, and we will release things as we can when we can. But our main goal right now is to find Summer.
We'll take a couple of questions, but keep in mind we can't discuss specifics of the investigation. Can you talk about the area back here?
Absolutely. It's very dense. The terrain is tremendously hard. We have virtually no cell phone service. The radio systems we use, which is not that good, we have very little radio communication. We do have several command posts setting up, but what makes it so hard is the communication between the boots on the ground and searching the woods and the different agencies and officers, and it's very hard to communicate. And we're not like, we're in these small towns or in towns where you got a lot of cell service. And just for instance, when we get texts from media, you may text it, we may get it an hour later, and we have no way to reply to it. And the same way with the officers. And the ECOM Central Dispatch has done an excellent job. TBI has their command post. It should arrive soon, and we're going to continue on until we find Summer and put this case to rest.
Do you believe there was foul play involved? Is there any history with this family?
The family are cooperating, and it's really too early to tell. We're still basically gathering information, and we're in the search mode right now.
Were there Amber Alerts switched from missing child alerts to Amber Alert? What goes into the decision of putting that Amber Alert out? Can you clarify the difference?
Sure. After the initial search and as we developed more information as part of the investigation, our team made the decision to elevate the alert to an amber.
And what's the difference?
An endangered child alert is a mid-level alert where a child could potentially be in danger. An amber alert is, we issue those when we believe a child is in imminent danger of bodily harm or death, and it's the most severe alert.
It appeared to me that she walked away from the home. Why was it upgraded to an amber alert? Clarify that just a little bit more.
Well, the bottom line is we don't
Okay.
know where she is at this time. Again, there was...
Sorry. I don't know if you heard the reporter asking the question regarding the last time she was seen was walking away from her home. It was kind of low, so I'm not sure if you heard that or not.
The initial search, we acted, and the sheriff's office acted on the information available at the time. And as we learned more in the first several hours into today, it led us to issue an amber alert.
Well, when the amber alert was issued, you said there was new information that led you to believe that Summer might be in more danger. Can you expand on that a little bit?
I can't. That's part of the investigation.
That part there where she said it was now an amber alert and new information was given and how she couldn't give information. I think they might be talking about the footprints, the bear footprints, 2 sets of footprints on 2 different neighbors' properties. So there was one on a gentleman property, and he had posted about it and then had deleted all the posts about the footprints. And then another set at a different neighbor's house, and that neighbor wasn't mentioned and did not want to be mentioned. So let's continue.
Sheriff Lawson mentioned earlier that he's asking the community folks that you have enough resources here. What's your message to the community that they feel like they want to help in some regard? How can they help at this time?
If they see something or know something, they need to tell somebody. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people don't want to get involved. They want to reply to us or respond anonymously. That's fine, as long as we find Summer. That's the main thing right now. And we're talking about the Amber Alert. When they raise that up another level, that helps more people paying more attention. You get more clues, you get more calls, and then everybody can call that 1-800-TBI find, and it all goes into a database, which helps us in an area where we don't have a lot of communication anyway. So TBI helps us with that.
And we know the FBI was called in fairly early. Can you kind of explain why that decision was made?
Well, we have an excellent relationship working together, and just like if this case stems outside of Hawkins County, then you have the TBI to help with that. But if it expands on out past the state of Tennessee, then you got the FBI. So we're all on the same page, and we just keep on going. We're just working together as a team. All have the same goal. Let's find Summer.
One more question.
Can you expand on maybe just the area where you guys are searching? Maybe if people see something in a certain area, they should be on a hike forward if they're in a certain area or part of town.
Well, the terrain and stuff is like you see here. This is what people are searching in. But if they seen something yesterday evening or afternoon that we need to know, that's when they need to make the call or come by the command post.
Kind of landmarks and sort of an area that you're searching.
Just around Ben Hill Road in that area. That's the main, because she's 5 years old and she left the house. And evidently, she got a little farther than they expected.
She left the house. Did you hear what he said? Summer left the house.
Do you have any idea how much territory your volunteers or searchers are covering?
A lot. We have so many out there that they've broadened the scope. Plus, we've been able to utilize aircraft. GHP's been wonderful with their helicopter and the medical helicopters with GHP's FLIR at night. They've been flying today, and it's just outstanding how the communities come to help us, plus all the different resource agencies and the rescue squads, EMSs, and all the law enforcement and we just hope that we have a great result when we find Summer.
Have you gotten any leads?
At this time, we're following up on any and all leads. Again, thank you for being here. We encourage the public to call in any credible information to 1-800-TBIFI, and we continue to hold out hope for the best possible outcome. Thank you.
All right, so let me close that out. Oh, if I can. What happened there? Okay. All right. Make sure I don't close myself out. So, yes. So now it's been mentioned a couple times. Once in the emergency response broadcast, and Ronnie Lawson himself, and I do believe it was Leslie Earnhardt that also said Summer was last seen walking away from her house. All right, so I also wanted to welcome to those just coming in. We're just going back to the basics in the beginning of Summer Wells' case, and going through a couple of the interviews to see what we can pick up from it and what we know now. So my next one that I wanted to play, let's close too many tabs at once before, and I lost all my tabs that I wanted to talk about. So I just have to kind of go back and look. So just give me a few minutes. Now there is a link in the description. I will drop it again if it needs to be dropped. For anybody wanting to come up and have this is going to be an open panel. So if you would like to come up and talk about the case, you are more than welcome to. Trying to find Donald Wells' first interview when he had Josie. I'm going to put there. And that. So this was June 18th. I'm just going to let you listen to it.
So when her mother come in, she says, "Where's Summer?"
Let me just get back over here so I can see what I'm doing right. All right. So let me know if everything's okay and you can hear it.
She went down in the basement. She didn't answer, so she went down there and she was gone. So she went out the basement door, which was unlocked, and we haven't seen her since.
This morning,
I'm going to share this because I wanted to talk about something. So I'm just going to share my screen so you can see what maybe you see the same thing. Just give it a few minutes for it to come up. Hi, Oreo Kid. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to just continue on. It's only about
Donald
less than a
Wells
minute
spoke
left.
on camera for the first time since his daughter disappeared.
Please, let Summer be okay, and please come home.
He says it's unlikely Summer would leave the house on her own. Wells says the last time anyone in the family saw Summer was when she entered the house to play in the basement after gardening with her mother and grandmother. Wells also spoke.
Okay, so the last time the family seen her was apparently going into the basement. And that was what the boys has said when Candace first came back into the house. Now, however, according to Ronnie Lawson and Leslie Ehrenhart in the previous clip, they both stated that Summer was seen walking away from her home. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Spoke about his gut feeling about Summer's whereabouts.
Some bad person grabbed her, but we have no idea.
Wells says law enforcement have covered leads on area sex offenders and drug addicts.
We're trying to think, beat our brains out. We've covered everything that we can think of already.
Investigators say they have followed up on 85 tips so far. Wells says he is overwhelmed by the massive numbers of personnel on site.
We just really appreciate everybody trying to help that they have, law enforcement and all these volunteers that are here. Never seen anything like this in my entire life.
That was John Janko reporting.
Okay, so I wanted to show, I'm just going to see if I can, where is it? There. All right. Let me just take, I don't know why the captions are on. There we go. Just change. Okay. Actually, that's not too bad of a picture, but if you see the little boy on the right, that's the oldest boy, I do believe. Why would Don bring him down in front of the cameras to speak of his missing sister and daughter? He looks like his head is down there. It's like he's being put on parade, like guilted or something to me. Like I would never bring my child of that age to a press conference or an interview with, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. All right, so let me close that one out. Now there was we're going to do Candace's first interview as well. So that was Dawn's first interview 3 days after Summer went missing. Now, I'm not sure if the TBI came out with something first before Candace. I think they might have. Let me just look, make sure I get the date right. Let me stop my screen for a second, sorry. I hope everybody's having a good day. So that was, did I show that one? No. All right. This is on Facebook Live. Let me make sure I didn't play the same one. Just gonna I think this is a different one. So, all right. So this is another TBI press conference. It's hard to do this when you only have one screen and you're new at this. But thank you for being patient with me. Appreciate it. Okay, it's this one here. All right. Take the volumes off. Go back to. I think this is the one.
2, check 1, 2.
Sorry, guys. I think this is the one with the horse.
Active search.
All right. So we'll start it there.
being so difficult.
Good afternoon. I'm Leslie Earhart with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. The status is the same as it was on Monday when we last held a media briefing. We're still trying to find Summer. It's now been 1 week and 2 days since she went missing. There's still two aspects of this case: the active search and the investigation. You'll hear more about the search in just a minute. TBI agents and Hawkins County detectives working alongside the FBI continue to work around the clock to determine what happened to Summer Wells. In order to preserve the integrity of the investigation, we can't discuss everything we're doing and have done to find Summer. Here's what we can tell you. Numerous residents and individuals associated with the family have been interviewed. Surveillance video and photos have been reviewed, as well as other potential digital evidence. We're still working to identify everyone in the area on the afternoon that Summer went missing. One of you asked us in a previous briefing the standard amount of time it takes for a case like this to be resolved. While every case is different, this one is definitely outside of the norm. Typically, in an investigation like this one, we have some idea of where the case is headed and what might have happened within a few days. In this situation, despite doing everything within our power and exploring all avenues, the circumstances leading to Summer's disappearance remain unclear. I understand the lack of answers frustrates you in the public, but trust me, no one is more frustrated than we are. If we develop information that will lead to locating Summer, we will share that with you first and foremost. In the meantime, we ask anyone with information who hasn't come forward to please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. I'll turn it over to Sheriff Ronnie Lawson.
Thank you. Just to go along with Leslie, I know there's a lot of social media going on out there, a lot of detectives going on, but they're absolutely useless unless these people that's 100% positive calls 1-800-TBI-FIND. That means nothing. We're monitoring all social media and everything that you all put out from people that you all interview. And I assure you, you'd have to work very hard to find somebody that we hadn't talked to. They may not tell you. One point I want to make and clear up, obviously, is a couple of days ago, I asked for the public not to help us in our search in the woods and stuff. That is because we know where every searcher is, where every team is, and the captain and his staff, they're tracking everyone. So if we get the general public in the woods, we don't know about it, and they're going to get missed when they go home or don't go home. So it's going to be somebody else that we have to generate time and information and resources to find. What I did ask for, and I still need, is all the people in Upper Beach Creek, Hawkins, and Sullivan County to search their property again and again. You got to look for a small child. You have to look for evidence of a small child's being. And if you got field cameras, if you got security cameras, we need you to check those again. Just keep checking them and checking them. We're trying to find every vehicle was in this holler they're living since we started this. And we also did a roadblock, which helped at the same time that she was reported missing, to see if we come in contact with somebody that's been working that we could see. Obviously, there's nothing came out of that, but it's just another tool that we've used to make this happen. So if the general public that lives in this area will go back and search their outbuildings, their barns, their hay fields, now it's mowing season, so when they mow, they need to pay attention. And if you have a resident that cannot search their property themselves, they'll call my office at 423-272-4848. I will send an officer to your residence to search your property for you. It's a cooperation that we must need. I know some of the residents probably get frustrated with seeing the officers, but as a captain will tell you, we've had very intense operations all week long for 9 days now. And we're not done yet because, like I told you from day one, it's about finding Summer.
That's the number one goal here. Yep.
Thanks, Sheriff. As of June 24th, 2021, search and rescue efforts for missing 5-year-old Summer Wells continues. We have now utilized 106 agencies spanning from Tennessee, Ohio, Virginia, Alabama, Georgia, and North Carolina assisting in these search efforts. Numerous specialized search and rescue groups with numerous canine teams have been represented from each of these agencies. To date, we have covered over 4.6 square miles, with that being over 3,000 acres being searched since Tuesday night when she was reported missing. The rugged mountainous terrain continues to cause problems. This has slowed search operations down in these areas, but please be rest assured, while incurring these conditions, we are still searching with an aggressive approach with extreme attention to detail. These terrains and conditions have exhausted crews both physically and mentally. We are still utilizing local and regional resources, but have had to call upon and utilize resources from Middle and West Tennessee, along with out-of-state resources, to bring a fresh set of eyes and rested bodies into the search operations. Search efforts will continue on a more specialized team basis throughout the rest of the week. Just because you may not see us in such a large presence, once again, rest assured, we are still out here searching for Summer Wells. We will continue to work with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Department, TBI, and FBI until we find Summer Wells. As mentioned before, as Sheriff here mentioned, please continue to search your personal property. Sullivan County, Hawkins County, mainly the Beach Creek community, and even if you branch a little bit further, please search. And I've been telling these searchers here the last several days, when you're looking for this property, you're not looking for an adult laying there. You're not looking for an adult hiding in the building. We're looking for a 5-year-old girl that weighed approximately 40 pounds. Somebody that size could wad up, could hide in an area that a legal size piece of paper or a folded up laptop could go. This is also the reason why we are exhausting all efforts. This terrain, as you can see behind us, guys, is only a small, very small percentage of what these guys day in and day out are going through. I've had multiple of my guys come up to me and tell me, Captain, I'll go to the end, but I'm tired. I'm physically and I'm mentally tired. We are all one team, and we will not quit until we find Summer Wells. Thank you.
We'll take a few questions.
Have you searched some of these areas over and over again numerous times, some of these fields and things like that?
Absolutely. Captain, can you answer that question?
Yes, so over these 4.6 square miles, and I'll kind of elaborate on some of these specialized teams. There's some of these areas, guys, we have covered 4, 5, and 6 times. And we have community members, media outlets reaching out going, well, we have neighbors saying you're covering the same ground. We are. New ground, same ground, different eyes, fresh bodies. Guys, one flat-looking field, there's 100 places something could be hid, evidence, and or she could be hidden. So yes, we have covered multiple ground multiple times, and we'll continue to do so.
Captain Coop, I know some award has been talked about. I know your agency, Churchill Rescue Squad, is apparently in charge of that. Can you give us some details on what the award looks like right now?
Yes, so there has been some people that have reached out to our agency, reached out to TBI and Sheriff's Department about providing reward money for information leading up to the finding and or recovery of Summer Wells. At this time, I can confirm that is correct and that our agency is working to get this account set up. Once this information is available, our agency will provide a media release with this information on how the general public, can also give money for this. But at the same point in time, guys, we're running on limited resources, and we're trying everything we can do that without interfering with the search for Summer Wells.
Leslie, at this point in the search and investigation, do you believe Summer Wells is still alive?
We hope so, but honestly, we just don't know. I mean, we're holding out hope, doing everything we can. Obviously, we typically would have found a child at this stage in the investigation, so honestly, we just don't know.
How How many tips has the TBI received so far?
I don't have the exact number with me, but it's well over 300 at this point.
I know we've all spoken with the family and then talked about sort of what led up to that missing incident here. Can you just sort of elaborate on what you guys know for sure happened before she went missing that Tuesday night?
We can't release any more than what we've already provided. We know that she was supposedly with family members outside of her home, was seen going into the home. When her mother went to check on her, she was not in the house.
Sheriff, I know you mentioned before that you haven't had to obtain any search warrants. Is that still the case?
Wait a minute. Did I hear that right?
My office has not obtained any search warrants, and I really don't know for that.
Putting out hope, doing everything we can. Obviously, we typically would have found a child at this stage in the investigation. So on a
Sorry, I'm just going to replay back a little bit because I thought I heard something. I just want to make sure I heard the right thing.
About sort of what led up to that missing incident here. Can you just sort of elaborate on what you guys know for sure happened before she went missing that Tuesday night?
We can't release any more than what we've already provided. We know that she was supposedly with family members outside of her home, was seen going into the home. When her mother went to check on her, she was not in the house.
Sheriff, I know you mentioned before that you haven't had to obtain any search warrants. Is that still the case?
My office has not obtained any search warrants, and I really don't know if the other agencies has. I've been coordinating with the captain here and the investigators. They're all working together, and we haven't briefed each other this afternoon.
What about lie detector tests? Has anybody been giving those?
I think she can address this.
Well, it's no secret that the TBI has a polygraph unit. We don't discuss specifics, but I can tell you that we use that as an investigative tool. In a situation like this, we're going to use every resource and tool available to us.
Even billboards seen in Myrtle Beach. Are you guys aware of that? Has the search taken you guys even out of state to some extent?
We follow up on all leads that come in, even if they're out of state. We have received some tips from other states, but they didn't prove to be credible leads. We are aware of the billboards. That's not something the TBI coordinates, but we appreciate the effort.
Leslie, are cadaver dogs being used as part of the K-9 team being brought in?
Absolutely, yes.
No law enforcement outside of the house today. Any reason for that?
There's no reason. We have had agents and officers to just touch base with the family on a daily basis. So they were there earlier. The family continues to cooperate at this time. If we have questions, they answer our questions. If we need them to come to the command post to clarify some information, they respond. So they've been very cooperative.
Speaking of the command post, we have noticed some larger FBI presence as well, including like an FBI, I believe it's called a CARD team. Could you just elaborate a little bit on their role in this investigation? What do they do?
They're just another resource available. Now, I would refer you to the FBI for specifics on what that team does, but they specialize in missing children cases. And again, we're using all resources available. They've been here since last weekend, and we were in communication with them before last weekend. So it's just another resource, and we're grateful for any help we can get.
Leslie, now on day 10, do you guys feel like you have more information, better informed than you did on day 1 Tuesday night?
We don't. We still don't know where Summer is. We don't know what happened to her, and it's extremely frustrating. I can't tell you how heartbreaking it is. The sheriff has worked around the clock. His team's worked around the clock. The search crews, TBI agents, FBI agents, we're doing everything we can to find her, but to not have any more answers than we do at this stage, it's just heartbreaking.
Have you been able to narrow
All right. All right. So, excuse me. Oops, sorry. Let's close that out and stop my screen. So now we're back. So now we're back to, so we covered the emergency response 911 broadcast, whatever you want to call that. And then we covered the first TBI press conference where both Ronnie Lawson and Leslie Earnhardt say that Summer was last seen walking away from her home. Now, the last thing the parents seen, or someone in the family, I should say, was Summer going down to the basement. But apparently, someone seen Summer walking away from her home, and that was not part of the Wells family. So, who that person was that seen Summer walking away from her home, I have no idea. Okay, so let's okay. So where we go from here? So we went from the first TBI. We did Don's first interview, and Josie was in that, where it looked like he was being almost punished. And then we just did the second TBI presser. It's day 169, I do believe, that Summer has been missing. And as far as I know, the FBI, TBI, Hawkins County still have no clue what happened to little 5-year-old Summer. There's been speculations on the parents, speculation on the church, speculation on neighbors, speculation on Candace and Dawn's friends, speculation on Grandma Candy Harrer. It's just there's speculation of SA with Dawn and his stepsisters, which really I don't think has to even come into this right at this point. Only to the fact that, and I try to stay to the facts. I try to stay to the facts and away from all the gossip and rumors until I can prove what is true and what is not true. And sometimes it's not as easy as you think. You go down a lot of rabbit holes, and that rabbit hole leads to another rabbit hole. And speaking of rabbit holes, I know I'm just rambling here. I'm sorry. My rabbit hole right now that I'm kind of in, is the SDA Church, Robin Lane, and David Dotson. Now, I did hear that Summer's parents are, I don't know if anybody has seen on their YouTube page, the Wells family page, that they have been fixing up their house, which is nice. Now they say they're doing that to get the boys back, and they are apparently are going through, and this is through, I heard it through another creator who is quite quite on about his he's boots on the ground. So but they said that that Dawn and Candace are working through a drug and alcohol program, to get their boys back. And so they are following the Child Protective Services recommendations in order to get the boys back. So that is good news. And maybe now that Dawn has been off of YouTube for a little bit, that that will work out in their favor in getting the help that they both need. Now, whether those boys will actually be returned to Dawn and Candace, is a whole different story. But so yeah, and the search efforts yesterday, that was planned according to Hawkins County Sheriff's Department. It was a planned search. They wanted to wait until the leaves had fallen and then go in and search again as the brush and trees and foliage have now subsided due to fall weather. Now, with the leaves falling, my only thing is that's a lot of leaves to be going through. I mean, I know when my tree drops its leaves, it's 4 or 5 bags of leaves that you gotta clean up, right? So, is this Oreo? Are you still in the chat? Let's see if I can get my other chat up on the YouTube, because there's always a 10-second delay. Anybody's welcome to come up on panel and talk about their theory, opinion about summer. I mean, that's totally welcome. This is a platform where we can speak our theories and discuss them. We don't always have to agree. That's what makes a conversation. And it also helps work through the case, in my opinion. Having everybody else's, somebody else's opinion, whether it may not be the same as yours. Now, the SDA church, I am in that rabbit hole right now with that. Now, there was a creator that I watched that did a reading, and from the beginning of the case. So back in the beginning of the case, and his reading was, he didn't realize it at the time, but it was spot on. Now, I know the creator that played him last night was going to ask to have him come on panel and either do a live reading or another reading and of summer. But he was spot on, and he didn't even realize what he was spot on about until probably now. Like another creator that is also into looking into the church. There's quite a few of them. And I don't know all the, not conspiracies, but I mean, I'm sure there's some out there. I mean, this is a missing persons investigation, and speculation is going to run wild, unfortunately. And I try not to speculate, but I try to keep it to the facts, and only the facts. But sometimes it's hard, to do that. But if anybody wants to come up, you're more than welcome to come up. If not, I will continue on. I just wanted to check to see if there was another clip. I know the reward is up quite, I think like 70,000 now, which is amazing. That's that update. Sorry if you hear my squeaky wheel. I'm just scrolling on something here. I wanted to, I had things pre-planned. However, I had a tab and they all went. So now I don't know which ones I had. So this clip is just of a news station. And it's only a couple minutes long. I'm not going to show it. I'm just going to let you listen to it. Okay, so let's do
says that they've recently seen an uptick in misinformation about the case of the missing 5-year-old. Those tweets also reveal that numerous search warrants have been executed and any potential digital evidence has already been collected, including social media accounts. Summer Wells was reported missing by her family June 15th, sparking an Amber Alert and a widespread search in the Beech Creek community of Hawkins County. That search lasted for several weeks. In those tweets today, the TBI reiterated they are still working daily with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office and the FBI in Knoxville in that search. They say that those efforts have included numerous ground searches, dozens of aerial searches, dive teams in area waters, and K-9 search teams. The TBI also says they have checked all available surveillance photos and videos in the area as well, and they continue to say they will not give up until Summer is found. Now, Donald Wells and Candace Bly will be speaking about their missing daughter in front of a national audience the next 2 days when they will be on the Dr. Phil Show. You can watch that here on News Channel 11 at 4 p.m. both Thursday and Friday to hear what they had to say. Now, following the Dr. Phil Show on News Channel 11 at 5 and through the evening tomorrow, we will provide you with continuing in-depth coverage in the search for Summer Wells. You'll be able to hear from investigators, people in the Beech Creek community, and those working to keep Summer's name on people's minds.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, I know, and the Sheriff's Office are continuing to work on this, and they're still looking for this little girl. They say they've been so frustrated with the lack of information in the case. And I know, Angela, you've been working with our team here to produce several stories over the next few days about the latest on the case. What are some of the things you're focusing on?
So we have spent a lot of time in Beech Creek as a team here at News Channel 11, especially in that height of the search. Now, we have gone back to Beech Creek the last few weeks. We have spoken with different neighbors. We have gone back to the investigators as well as Don Wells. We have spoken with all of them. So starting tomorrow, you're going to hear from Don Wells and Sheriff Lawson, but you're also going to meet a neighbor who lives across the street from the Wells family who tells us that she heard a scream the night Summer went missing. She says that she heard it a few hours before that timeline that the police gave us started, but she kind of goes through what she recalls of that night and what she has been through with investigators. Now, we also spoke with a pair of YouTube content creators who talk a little bit about how that has played a major role in this case and why they believe cases like this are so popular on that online platform and what their passion is, because it's really interesting considering that, you know, these people are creating content based on cases that...
All right. So now that they were talking about Jody Sue, and I think the other people were cracking cases, Cam and Ali. They do really good. They're boots on the ground, so they're really great. Just trying to see if this is a video or if this just give me a second, guys. Sorry. Oh, now I've lost everything. Jesus. All right, now hang on a second here while I get back to the beginning. Oh, this is just a clip. Pause. So this is Don Wild just speaking about the search with...
This morning when I got a phone call and was told that there was out here. Yeah, they had a plane flying all day and a drone flying all day. And
so this is about yesterday's search. Sorry.
the leaves are off the tree, so they can see a lot better, and hopefully we can find some clues as to what happened to Summer. I know they left all their equipment up there, our cell tower and all that, and TBI trailer. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, TBI and Sheriff's Department, for all you're doing, and thank you everyone for your prayers, love, and support. No, I haven't heard anything yet.
Okay, so that was just a little. I know. Apparently, Ronnie Hawkins was supposed to apparently did an interview, but I can't find that interview, or maybe it hasn't come out yet. I'm unsure. So, all right. So yeah. So there's this. This is on my Twitter, and it says TBI, so Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, November 30th, so yesterday. TBI agents and Hawkins County deputies are in the Beach Creek area as part of a planned search for 5-year-old Summer Wells. Today, teams will be focusing on overgrown areas that were previously difficult to access due to the high grass and heavy foliage. It just has some pictures of the searchers and nothing. Now, what's this one here? There is a picture going around. It doesn't even look like summer to me. And it looks like they're walking in the woods, this man and a little girl. But the little girl is covering her face for some unknown reason. And the man is basically looking, I'm going to say, right at the camera, almost. But and it was taken in, I think, West Virginia. And I don't believe it's her. But yeah. All right. So I guess that's all I have for right now. That's just another little update too. So what should be today? Don Wells' family just posted on Twitter. Let me share my screen so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Share my screen. Da, da, da. All right. All right. I hope you guys can see that. All right. So it says day 2. Happy December, everyone. The search teams are back. This is the second day that law enforcement has continued searching. Please pray for them and even more that Summer will be found and can come home. Did see a little some of these pictures of Summer, people are adding, to me, it looks like filters to put other cast shadows and show stuff that's not even there. Like, sad. All right, so let's. This is just a group of some searchers. Now, I'm not sure if this is from today or yesterday. So, yesterday. So, oh, here's a message from, this is what I wanted, I think. Hang on.
Morning.
Hates it.
Hates it.
Let me go back.
Mom.
Grandma.
Grandma. She,
Candy.
Pause. Oh. No, that's not. Okay. Never mind. Sorry. Oh, wait. No. All right, guys. Let me just come over here, check my chat, make sure. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for joining me. I hope everybody has a great day, and prayers for Summer to be found today. And I hope everybody will stay safe and have a great day. Thanks again. Until next time.